Hello and welcome to Food for Thought. This is my weekly soap wrap-up. On this episode, we will talk about what has happened on the soaps last week. And I may even give you a couple of predictions. So let's first start with Young and the Restless. Dylan came back to Genoa City and is being put in the Witness Protection Program. Let's be clear. Cops who do undercover operations in other states under assumed names do not get put in witness protection programs at the end of the sting operation. That was some creative licensing that was, put in there by the writers because they needed to explain Dylan's absence without killing him off. As we all know, Steve Burton has not renewed his contract. However, the good news is that this leaves him the option of coming back for now if his other interests outside of daytime TV don't pan out in a year or so, or as he requires a regular salary to support his beautiful family. So basically, for now, they can just leave this storyline open. They can just let it lie and not recast for now. And if he and give him a little time to give him some time off and decide if this is what he wants to do, or if he sees that it's kind of tough not to have that salary, maybe he'll make his way back to Genoa City. So anyhow, we'll move on to Victoria. Victoria continues to butt heads with Reed and continues to fight her feelings for Billy. Reed and Billy seem to really like each other, and that's causing some jealousy for Victoria. But on top of that, Victoria has now this 15-year-old in the house, and then she's got these two, what is supposed to be, not much more than toddlers. So she's living, or immediately was thrown into two very different worlds. It's very different trying to raise, a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, or whatever age is supposed to be right now, than a 15-year-old. And so she's dealing with that. And they're doing some good writing for her. Hillary told Yvonne that she will give him an uncontested divorce and wants none of his money. So basically she's trying to prove to him, or she is proving to him, that she does love him by setting him free and not taking any of his money with her, which he may realize somewhere down the line. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Okay, so Lauren beats Jack at his own game by bringing in Eric Forrester from The Bold and the Beautiful. So as we all know, Jack's been trying to get Lauren's company, Fenmore's, from her stores, her line of stores. And he kept, with Gloria, he kept sabotaging all of her investors. So she went outside of the area, basically, or went to her old friend Eric and brought Eric in, and they kind of pulled a sting on Jack. And so now Lauren is going to go into business with Jack, but she got a very good deal out of him, because it was either Jack do what she wants, or she would have taken Eric on as her partner, and Eric would have complied with her. They have a past. They have a personal past. And they also still care and like each other. Also wanted to mention, I have my little mascot here. My little mascot, I call him Hootie. He's from my friend Sheila. And I decided he was really cute, so he should sit in on some of these little soap wrap-ups with us. So anyhow, it was a poignant week on Young and the Restless. Dylan's emotional goodbyes were interrupted on Friday afternoon by the rodent whom 46% of Americans elected into office. So there's that. Let's move on to Bold and Beautiful. Wyatt divorced Steffi. Go Wyatt. So yeah, he surprised her with a divorce. Gee, what a nice now ex-husband. She had wanted a divorce. She was hinting around for one, not very forceful about it, but then he just decided it was begging her to stay. He'd had enough of begging her to stay. So he surprised her with a divorce, with champagne, and he also brought in the doctor who was removing her tattoo to give her the final treatment so that her little ring tattoo, her wedding band tattoo, would be gone forever. He then began treatments removing his wedding band tattoo as well. Geez, B&B, seriously, I am not a big fan of Hope, but I would like to see her come back just to rock Steffi's world. I at this point, because she really thinks who she is, it would be fun to watch Hope knock her down a couple of pegs, because we all know Hope comes back, and not only Liam but Wyatt will both be running after her. Ridge and Quinn are past infatuation and falling fast in love. So it's going to get really ugly for Brooke and Eric, because these two are finding it impossible to stay away from each other, and an affair is inevitable. And of course, the husband, Quinn's husband, Eric, and Brooke's, or Ridge's fiance, Brooke, are going to find out that this is going on. That was about it for the Bold and Beautiful, other than Thomas and Rick both wanting to be CEO, but it looks like Quinn will get Ridge back into that position as he comes close to getting her in a more personal position. Get my drift? Okay, so now let's move on to days. Okay, Nicole now knows that Holly is her baby, but she spent most of the week trying to get herself out of jail for attempted murder. As we all know, she thought that guy was trying to kill Deimos, so she went up and stabbed the man in the back. The man's been in an induced coma. However, the last word was that he was supposed to be getting better. He's supposed to be healing. Okay, so we know that while she was in custody, she had a dream about Daniel. And Daniel let her know in her dream that he knew about Holly. But he also seems to be bringing her and Brady closer together. Now, we all know Brady is walking around with Daniel's heart beating inside his chest, literally in the soap, since Daniel was Brady's heart donor. Okay, so Adrian continues chemo, but again, she's still living in that hotel. Get that woman a house, people. It looks like Anne will be working for The Spectator, which is the newspaper that Adrian owns and that Jennifer is helping run, or Jennifer is the publisher. So it looks like that Jennifer's now going to be Anne's boss, and we all know that those two don't get along, so we should expect some conflict there. Although I think that ultimately, probably Adrian, Anne, and Jennifer will probably ultimately, somewhere down the road, end up being very good friends. Okay, so Chad and Abigail have gotten intimate and seem to be enjoying each other for now. I emphasize the words "for now." The teens, who just like a year and a half ago landed on this soap in high school, are now in college, sharing an apartment together, and they had a pizza party, which was full of a lot of fun lines. That was actually a cute scene to watch. Okay, so Eric, ex-priest Eric, who is responsible for Daniel's death, continues to try and nurse Hope back to health, but seems to be failing at it. Why doesn't he just take her to the damn hospital? That's my question. Why doesn't he just take her to the damn hospital? Yes, she'll be put back into custody, but I don't know. She may live. Also, there was a really important line, a poignant line on there when Hope was talking to him about forgiveness and forgiving himself, and he said to her, You killed a sinner. I killed a saint. And I thought that was so poignant. That was a great line because Daniel was a saint, and supposedly Stefano, wasn't a nice person. So although I think killing somebody is killing somebody, whether they're a sinner or a saint, murder is murder. However, the difference is Hope knew or pulled a trigger, pointed a gun and pulled a trigger on somebody and killed him. Eric got drunk and accidentally killed somebody with a car. There is a difference there. Anyhow, the sleuths in Peru think they have a real lead on Stefano. I have to say it, enough already. Boring. Okay, let's move on to General Hospital. General Hospital was a little slow this week after coming off being the best soap last week. Sam finds Franco in the storage locker, but she only did it in an attempt to help protect her mother. Meanwhile, Jason is in the hospital because Julian poisoned him to save him. Sam has no idea that Jason is in the hospital. Does this couple not call one another? Look, they both have cell phones. Why are they not picking up the phone and calling one another? Why is she not telling her husband, I could use some help here. I'm out looking for Franco, who knows my mother most likely killed Tom Baker. And why isn't he saying, look, looks like I was poisoned by your dad and I'm in the hospital. I could use a visit. So I thought that was just ridiculous, and that was really silly scenes. Okay, so Alexis did tell Sam the truth, and that's why Sam ran to help Franco. But she's still struggling. She's still struggling with the alcoholism. Will she do the right thing? Now, the right thing would be coming forward and saying what she knows. It looks like Tom Baker's brother is the one that put Franco in the storage locker, and now Elizabeth is with him in the old Spencer House of Horrors. So as we all know, the Bakers bought the old Spencer house, even though that house was supposed to be demolished, and they were supposed to put a free clinic on the property. Don't know what happened to those plans. But anyhow, we know that it is the old Spencer house, and we know horrors took place there. And that's where Elizabeth is right now. So will things end badly for Elizabeth? Okay, Hayden and the crazy drug-addicted doctor are getting closer. So, we see them getting closer every day, and their relationship is actually very cute. But we know he's got a problem and he's hiding it. And he should just come clean and tell people what's going on, and they could help him get off this drug. Jocelyn came home from Australia, not wanting to have anything to do with Sonny. She came home agreeing only to come home if she didn't have to live at Sonny's. After Michael and Nell got through with her, she decided that she would give Sonny another chance. The cliffhanger on Friday was the audience discovering that it was the Baker brother who had knocked Franco out. Was it him that... Now let's think about this. Was it him that killed his brother? And the reason why I'm asking that question is we all know that Alexis saw in her mind's eye and in her flashbacks that she had gotten the knife from Tom, but she's never seen herself killing him. Is it possible that Tom jumped on Alexis, overpowered her, was raping her, and his brother came upon them? Now remember, his brother said he had a phone conversation. He knew where his brother was, or most likely knew. So maybe he ran down to the bar. Maybe he ran into that alley. Maybe he saw his brother raping Alexis, and maybe he killed his brother to stop him. So anyhow, that's my prediction. I predict that we're going to find out that not only did Tom's brother knock Franco out and put him in the storage locker, we're going to find out that Tom's brother is a little, out of balance, just like his brother was, and that he was indeed the one that killed his brother to stop him from raping Alexis. Anyhow, and that's what I say here, upon Tom attempting to rape Alexis and killed him to end the carnage. So I believe that that's probably what happened. I'm going to declare that the best soap of the week goes to Young and Restless, with the Dylan goodbye scenes between he and his on-screen parents. Tear jerkers. I was crying my eyes out. So congratulations, Young and Restless, on having the best soap of the week. Well, that is all for now. Thanks for tuning into Food for Thought. Please leave your comments and thoughts below. Underneath the video right there, you'll see the little comment section. You can type in things to me, and I'll respond to them next time. So see you next time on Food for Thought.